I would have loved for all of us to introduce ourselves. I would have loved for us to introduce ourselves, but based on the number of persons here, I don't see how possible that will be given our time limit. So what I want us to do is just type your name at the group chat in the message. Just tell us your name and then tell us one thing about you for the next 5 minutes. For the next 5 minutes, let's do a brief introduction of ourselves and let's see where we're going to. Or anyone who wants to speak. If you want to speak, you could just simply unmute yourself and tell us your name and a brief introduction about yourself. Okay, we have Miss Soma Okoronkwo here. Miss Soma, congratulations and welcome. Anthony, data engineer. Yes, thank you. Congratulations. Welcome, Anthony. Marvelous. You're ecstatic of being a proficient data engineer. Congratulations. Welcome, Muzi Zwane. I hope I didn't mispronounce it. From Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome. It's good to find out that we are from all over Africa here. Welcome, welcome to everybody. Okay, we also have Alexander from Ghana. Ghanaians in the building, welcome. Orabile Moema from South Africa. Welcome. I'm glad to see that Africa is fully represented here. We have the West Africans, we have the South Africans. Congratulations and welcome to everybody. So we don't have any anymore. Okay, we have our Nigerians here. Adekunle from Nigeria, welcome. Praise, also from Nigeria. Kosim, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, please, apologies. Welcome, welcome to everybody and congratulations once again. So let's start. Okay, Chinwendu from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Olawale from Nigeria. I see you all. Thank you and welcome. So let's start. From on our Discord channel, we have an agenda. So our agenda for this meeting will be, first of all, we're going to have a recap of the onboarding call. I want to believe that most persons here, we've either watched the onboarding video or you were present at that call. If you weren't, please, the link is on our Discord channel. Please, can you all hear me? Someone complains of not hearing me right now. Okay. Thank you. So if you're not hearing me, it should probably be from your network. Please, maybe you should leave the call and come back. If it could be from your network, it's not a general issue, please. Then our agenda for today will be, we're having a recap of the requirements for this scholarship. Then a brief walkthrough to that of DataCamp platform for those that are having issues, any issue whatsoever, assessing either their assignments or their courses, so as to know what's next after this week's assignments. Then we'll look at the learning roadmap for data engineering. We will discuss next week's assignments. We'll discuss next week's assignments and then we'll have a question and answer session. So starting with our scholarship requirements, like I said, I want to believe that most of us here, we have either watched the onboarding session or we are present during that meeting last week. For those that were not present, I'm going to reiterate some things that we actually said there. And I would advise that please, you go and watch the video. The link is on our Discord channel, and it was also sent to our various email addresses. So if you weren't present and you're yet to watch it, please go and watch it, because it contains vital information concerning the requirements for the scholarship and the requirements for the probation period of 2 months. So first of all, I'm going to reiterate the things that were said at the onboarding call last week Saturday. Now, it is clear that everybody on this call is on 2 months probation. And if you do not want the scholarship to be revoked after 2 months, there are some criteria that you must fulfill. And one of that is to acquire minimum of 50,000 XP from DataCamp. The second is to complete at least 2 projects. Now, before the end of 2 months, you will be assigned more than 2 projects. To ensure that you have this scholarship continuously after 2 months, be sure that you complete the entire projects that will be assigned to you by myself on DataCamp. And additionally, we will have at least 50% breakout session attendance. Now, this our session is recorded first, and secondly, at the end of our session, I'll put out forms to fill attendance. Ensure you fill the attendance when the link is posted in this call. Ensure you fill the attendance, because after the call, the form for the attendance will be closed. So when it's posted, please ensure you fill the attendance, as that's the only way we are going to calculate and know those who were actually present on this call. Now, if you fulfill these 3 key requirements within 2 months, in the first 2 months of this scholarship, congratulations, your scholarship will continue to 6 months and it will not be revoked. If you do not, there is just no room for being slack here. If you don't fulfill any of these requirements, I'm sorry, at the end of 2 months, that will be the end of this scholarship. And if you understand what this scholarship is, you will know that even those that are learning on DataCamp platform, you will see that the platform is very rich, the videos are educative, and it is structured in such a way that a beginner can easily understand it. I wouldn't want any of us on this call to lose it. So as you're giving assignments, ensure that you complete them on time, and also ensure that you are attending our breakout sessions. If you do not attend, minimum 50%, at least 50% in the next 2 months, before being certain that this scholarship, you will see it to the end of 6 months. Then additionally, after the 6 months, then we'll be looking at graduation. After the 2 months probation, we'll now be looking at graduation, which will come up after the 6 months of the scholarship. Now, one perk you're going to have here is that you'll be getting an AICA certificate. But that certificate will also come with some requirements. For you to get these requirements, first of all, in any course, we're in your track. Right now, we're in data engineering track. You must have a DataCamp certification for data engineering. I saw in one of the groups, someone was asking the cost of the certificate. The certificate is free. It's part of the scholarship. So as long as you still have the scholarship, when it's time, based on our structure, when it's time, you register for the certification, take the examinations, pass, and you get your certificate. The certificate is part of the scholarship. So one of the requirements to get the AICA certification and graduation is to get a DataCamp certification in data engineering. Then you'll also have to complete and submit an overall capstone project before the end of the 6 months. Towards the 5 months mark, you'll be given a capstone project. Now, this capstone project will contain all the tools that will be learned this period of 6 months on DataCamp. The capstone project will contain tools like SQL, Snowflake, Apache, and Python, because these are the basic things that we are going to look at in this coming months. Now, you must submit and complete your capstone project. Also, you complete at least one track, one career track. Right now, we're looking at 2 career tracks. So if you complete the first career track, which we are on now, which is the Associate Data Engineering in SQL, congratulations, you have met 1 requirement. But if you do not complete the second, that's fine. But ensure that you complete 1 career track and you take the certification. These are the things that will be looked at during the graduation to ensure that you are qualified for it. So after that, you have to submit at least 80% of the projects assigned by your teaching assistants. Now, some of the projects will be assigned on DataCamp, while about two will be outside DataCamp. 2 projects will be external projects. Most of the projects assigned on DataCamp, we have ways of seeing those who have completed and those who haven't. Even the assignments that are given on a weekly basis, we see those that have completed them, those that haven't even made any attempts. So these are the things that we're going to look into before giving any graduation certification and before you graduate. Also, you have a minimum of 70% overall attendance in the breakout session for this 6 months, and acquire 100,000 minimum XPs on DataCamp. So these are the basic requirements that we're going to look out for. These are the basic requirements that we'll be looking out for within the 2 months probation and at the end of the 6 months scholarship. If you scale through the 2 months probation, after the 6 months scholarship, you scale through and you also meet all these requirements. Congratulations, you get your certificates, DataCamp certificates, the AICA certificates, and you'll also graduate. Now, with the number of persons here, I know that not everybody will complete this. However, I want a situation where we're seeing 90% completion. At least 90% of the persons registered for data engineering track complete this scholarship and get the certificates at the end. I don't know if you will be part of the 90%, but I am asking that you try your possible best, endeavor to complete our assignments, and ensure that at the end of this 6 months, you're part of the 90% that will graduate. You're part of the percentage that will graduate and leave others. Please, let's try to concentrate and follow these guidelines, follow our assignments, and believe you me, DataCamp is a very interesting platform for learning. It's easy, beginner friendly, and the videos are not too long as to make you lose focus. They are short videos, and if you continue learning, it's kind of addictive while learning. So just continue learning, and at the end of this 6 months, I hope that everybody on this call will fulfill all these requirements that has been mentioned right now. So that is it for the onboarding session. I don't know if anyone has any question concerning what I've just outlined. Any question?
Yes, please. I have a question.
Please do go ahead.
Okay, my name is Lenivar, and I joined this scholarship. And I registered for machine and AI and machine learning. Are you with me? Hello, ma.
I am. I am.
Okay. For AI and machine learning engineering. The course I'm taking on data camp is AI and machine. It's machine. Actually, we started with machine, but I'm seeing myself in data engineering. The meeting that they sent was for data engineering, so I don't know. I won't fit the form, and up till now, the thing is making me to confused because I don't know. Even the this thing, the Discord group is. I find myself in this thing too, data engineering. So the thing is just making me to. I don't know where I am like this.
Okay, so your interest is in ML and AI engineering.
Yes, yes, and that's what I'm even doing presently on my dashboard. But the mail and receiving and on this thing on the group, I'm in this thing, data engineering. So it's I don't know how I'm going to go about it.
Okay, so let me be clear. On Data Camp, you are registered on AI and ML, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you say yes. Even the course
On
I'm
Data
taking for
Camp,
this week.
on Data Camp, you are registered on AI and ML.
Yes, ma.
Okay, but your email is for data engineering.
The email and receiving is data engineering. Yes, ma.
Okay. All right. You know what you do? Please drop your name and your email address.
Okay, ma.
Just drop it, write it here as a message. Let me pick it up immediately. And
Okay.
you
Thank you, ma.
you're on the Discord channel, right?
Yeah, but the discussion I am in and on this in data engineering, not machine learning.
Okay, no problem. Give me your just write your name,
Okay.
your email, and your Discord name.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other? Oh, Miss Soma, you're raising your hand. Miss Soma.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So I have two questions basically. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can anybody hear me?
I can
Hello?
hear you.
All right. Okay. I have network where I am currently. So from what last speaker asked about Discord channel. So I did like because I'm on Discord channel right now, and I can't see a data engineering group or a data engineering forum. I'm trying to understand how this works anyway. That's one. And then secondly, you said something about giving an assignment, a teaching assistant. All right. Can you please? I know I will still have to the onboard video, but the teaching assistant, are we going to be put in any group? Is there something I'm supposed to do to have a teaching assistant? I'm just trying to get a clear picture on that particular point you made during your intro. Thank you.
All right. So you're saying first of all you're on Discord, but you're not on the data engineering group on Discord. Miss Soma, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
on the channel, the AI Community Africa channel, before,
Yes.
but I'm not on any. I'm at it right. I'm not in any data engineering space. I'm not in entertainment, general space, community growth, secure the bag, but nothing about engineering here. Maybe I
Okay.
joined the
What
wrong,
you do?
but I'm just trying to be very sure here.
Okay. So since you're on the channel, since you're on the server, go to let's see. Let me do this right away. Under introductions, you should see under server guide, forum discussion, you should still choose your parts there. Can you see it? Can you see it? Please.
Option. Then I'm seeing announcement and event update. Then I'm seeing community growth and then I'm seeing general space
Okay.
and entertainment and the bag. We're not like find your part here. I'm currently
Okay.
looking
Can
at
you
it right
see
now.
channels and rows? Can you see channels and rows?
Yes, I can see channels and rules. Yes, I can see that.
Yes, go to channels and rows. Then look for all channels on top. Have you seen it?
Okay, I've done that.
You should still choose your
All
path.
right, you choose your.
Yes. When you get to
Yes,
choose
I
your
have
path,
seen it. Thank you.
just select data engineering and you'll be automatically added to the group.
All right, all right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. I've done that already.
All right.
And
Fine.
then for the instant base, can
Then what?
you just give like a brief summary on that?
What?
That's fine. Thank
Sorry,
you.
what's the last question? I didn't get your question, please.
The teaching assistant bit, you said we're going to be giving projects on data camp, but I completed the first one that you get 1000 XP. But I heard something about the teaching assistant give it outside data camp, so I'm trying to get clarity on that.
Okay, so you get clarity on that. You watch the video, you get clarity on that. In the Discord channels, that's where we will get to discuss mostly. And I am the teaching assistant for this group. So any information we are going to pass will be passed at the Discord channel. Do you understand?
Yes,
And
I understand.
yes,
Thank you.
all right. So for those that have issues, if you check the message, there is a link to a form where you can log in your concerns. Please follow that link and log in your concerns, and it will be treated by the admins in charge. I hope we've gotten that. Gladys, please, you're raising your hand.
It's been sorted.
All right, thank you. Marvelous. I can see your hands are raised. Please, what's the issue, the question?
Okay, thank you, Ma. Actually, it was about the first question which Major Ma asked for the um how to join the Discord channel. Although I'm still facing some issue about it because I'm using a PC. So, but I think I should get it sorted. So,
Okay.
that's the first question. But the second question is about the project. I think it is too much to take in, particularly for the probationary period. The projects, are they outlined for each particular section? For data engineering now, are we just going to go to data camp and select some specific track of courses? So that's why, especially for me just joining the Discord channel, I really don't know the track to pick on and the project to do for the probationary period. So that was my question. So if you can give me the outline, give us the outline during this meeting, I'll appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. So the outline will be given immediate after this session. After this question and answer segment, I'll go straight and give the outline. But just to go straight to the point, first of all, we are focusing on associate data engineering in SQL career track first. So that's where those are the courses that we're taking at this beginning stage, and that's where we're starting from to answer your question. But after this question segment, I'll discuss the roadmap and how we are going to focus on our learning in data camp. Ibrahim, please, I can see your hands are up.
Okay, good evening. Thank you. So maybe I should pen the question because it seems you still have more to talk when you talk about the roadmap. I wanted to ask, will all the learnings be on data camp? Because you made mention of projects outside data camp. From what we've seen, data camp is always on site. Like we do everything we want to do on data camp. So is there another plan for us to extend those skills to our machines, or all the projects will be on data camp? But since you mentioned that there will be also outside projects, so is there a plan for us to like translate those skills then to solve other projects? I don't know if you get my point, my question.
Okay, so I do understand, and most of our projects will actually be on data camp. Most. However, at the end of the program, we'll be having a project which will um, which will contain all the tools learnt on data camp, and this would actually be done not on the platform, not on data camp's platform. I hope you understand that. But aside that, all other projects will be on data camp.
Okay, I get that. So which means that we need to like strive on our own to complete those, or like bridge the learning the gap between the data camp platform and we executing the project on our system ourselves.
Yes, this is what I'm saying is the project will focus on the tools and technologies you are learning on data camp, not anything outside it. Do you
Okay,
understand?
okay. I get that now. Thank you.
All right. Prof, your hands are raised.
Thank you, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening,
Hello,
Prof.
ma. Yes, ma. Please, can you hear me?
I can. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Please, last year, November, I completed my course on Introduction to SQL. Is it still acceptable this year on DataCamp?
Yes,
Hello?
it is. It is, but it's also good that when you finish courses as far back as November, it's still okay that you refresh your memory on what you've learned.
Yes,
So
I did
going
that.
back, okay,
I got
yes,
the updates. Yes. And secondly, all courses, which is for associate engineering in SQL to be completed today, is today the deadline?
no.
Okay,
Today
okay.
is just the deadline for the ones that were assigned last week.
Okay. Actually, I'm still on Python. I'm going to on my three
Oh,
course.
you're already on Python,
Yes, I'm almost done with Python this year. I will soon
so
be done.
you're far ahead of the class then.
So, is it allowed to be
No,
really learning ahead?
yes, definitely is allowed. As long as you understand what you're learning, you understand the technologies being taught, it's allowed to move ahead of the class.
Okay, thank you so much. Shit.
You're
That is all.
welcome.
Yes,
All
thank you.
right. Okay, so moving forward, we are going to look at what we'll be focusing on this 6 months. At present, we are focusing on associate data engineer in SQL career track. After that, we'll be looking at data engineering in Python career track. Now, in between these two tracks, at the end of that of SQL, we are going to take the certification exam for that. Also, I want to stress on the need for us to enroll on the associate data engineering in SQL track, because that will give you a better knowledge of the courses that will complete after the courses we will take after the assignments. At the moment, I believe all of us we've enrolled on the associate data engineering in SQL track. If you have not, please go and enroll on the track now. I think I should be doing a walkthrough on that, on how to enroll if you haven't enrolled. If you haven't enrolled on the track, later on I'll do a walkthrough on how we'll enroll on the track. Now, enrolling on the track gives us two advantages. First, at the end of every track that you enroll on, you'll be given a statement of accomplishments that you have completed that career track. Then secondly, you're not confused as to what course or what topic comes next. They are already created sequentially by experts on DataCamp. So knowing the course that comes next after our assignments will not be an issue. So if you haven't enrolled on the track, later on I'll be doing a walkthrough and to show us how to enroll in a track, either on a career track. We're looking at data engineering. So I'll show us how to enroll in a career track on DataCamp. Then for our roadmap, like I said, we are starting with associate data engineering in SQL. And we are going to be doing this for about 6 weeks. And we'll be doing this for about 6 weeks. Now, this track entails the use of SQL to interact with databases and also Snowflake to interact with data warehouses. After that, we'll take some additional courses before enrolling for the certification of this course. Also, after this track, you will have an external project. Aside that, every other project on this track will be from DataCamp. But after the track, you'll be given an external project to work on your own without the assistance of DataCamp. When that time comes, we'll be doing a walkthrough and I will explain the entire process to everybody. So at the end of that, we'll go for our certifications in data engineering in SQL. After the certification, we'll head into data engineering in Python. And at the end of this, the data engineering in Python track, we'll also register for the certificates and ensure that we pass the certification exam for data engineering in Python. So at the end of these 6 months, you are sure of getting 2 certifications from DataCamp as long as you pass and fulfill all other requirements. You're assured of getting a minimum of 2 certifications. And if you fulfill all others, you'll get an additional certification from AICA. Is that clear? All right. Thank you. So that's how thank you. All right, so that's how we are going to focus on this 6 months. So that will be our focus for this 6 months. And also, let's note that our weekly assignments will always be given out immediately after our breakout sessions. So after this session, the assignments for next week will be given out on DataCamp. So let's not wait till Monday or Tuesday to start working on our assignments. After the session, after this call, you go to DataCamp and continue learning, because after the call, your assignments will be given. And our weekly sessions will hold every Saturday, 6 p.m. West African time. If there is any cause for any change whatsoever, we'll get the information on Discord, because that is our avenue for communication. I hope everything is clear. Do we have any question, or everything is clear? All right. So,
Hello, ma.
all
Can you hear me,
right.
please?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
Okay. Actually, I'm having issue with my Discord account. So I think I mistakenly joined the wrong channel also. So I don't know. Should I drop my name so that it can help me resolve it? So I don't know.
What you do, the form, check on the chat. There's a form, a link to a complaint form that was sent in there. Please fill it.
Okay. Okay.
And if it's not resolved on time, let's just send a message on Discord or like a reminder. But ensure you fill that form, please.
No, actually, I'm not enrolled to a channel yet. So I'm trying to get to the data engineering track on the Discord channel, but I can't when I was clicking on the reaction, as it was not I'm not enrolled on the channel on the chat group. So that's the issue. So
Still fill the form to
all
make
right,
it easier for us. Fill the form,
all right,
and those in charge, they once they see your complaints, they know what to do.
all right, thank you.
All right. I saw another hand. Doba,
Yes,
please. Can I?
yes, I've dropped the message. I want you to help me out so that this week I can follow up my listing, my own group. Please, just help me.
Oh,
I
okay.
also filled the form, but up to today, nobody have done anything about it, and I see I'm missing out.
Okay, no problem. As long as you fill the form, you can still fill it again, probably as a reminder. But as long as you
I
fill the form and you've dropped your details, it will be sorted out.
I filled the form twice.
Okay, don't worry, it will be sorted out.
Okay, thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Nchedo, your hands are up. Please.
Ma, um, so I kind of sorted my confusion with the course during the week and I couldn't finish the assignments. So I'm wondering, is there a penalty for not finishing weekly assignments?
Okay, so at the beginning of this call, I reiterated the requirements for the scholarship. And I also stressed that everyone on this call is actually on 2 months probation and listed the requirements that must be fulfilled before moving ahead. Else, after 2 months, the scholarship will be revoked. Have you watched the onboarding video?
Yes, ma, I have. I understand the 2 months
Okay.
probation, but I'm saying for the weekly, you can I still catch up last like this week's assignment next week? Is there any penalty I'll receive for not completing it this week?
It's left for you because if you look at not completing your assignments on time, it will end up compounding. And at the end, you might not have enough time to complete all assignments when they keep compounding. When you do not finish in the first week, the same thing the second week, the third week, by the end of 2 months, you find out that you do not meet the requirements needed. So I'll just advise you to ensure that on a weekly basis, ensure you complete your assignments because the assignments have been calculated in such a way that before 2 months, if you follow it before 2 months, you have completed the needed requirements for the probation period. So ensure you finish your assignments on time so as to avoid compounding unfinished assignments, and at the end, you have to lose the scholarship.
Okay, ma, thank you.
All right. So moving on. I'll just do a brief walkthrough on how to enroll as in the associate data engineering and SQL career track. I will just do a brief walkthrough. I'm going to share my screen. I can't be on my system right now, so I'm using my phone and I'm going to share my screen. Hold on, please. Let me open. So I'm trying to share my screen here. Oh, can we see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm using my phone, so I'm on the DataCamp app. Now it's not difficult to navigate. It's very easy, like I said on the Discord channel. So for us to ensure that you're enrolled in the track, which is Data Associate Data Engineer in SQL, if you open your app under Explore, first of all, you see popular technologies and then assignments. Assignments here, you see the assignments that were given for the week. These are the ones for last week. And you see the assignments that will be given this week. That is in the app. Then to ensure that you're enrolled in the Data Engineering with SQL track, under Popular Tracks, if you click on See All, then you search for Associate Data Engineering. Associate Data Engineering. Okay, so we have it here. That's the first track here. I have completed it. That's why it's 100% complete. So select the track. Where you see Introduction to SQL on my screen, if you have not enrolled, you should see Enroll in Track. So at that point, that is where you get to click on Enroll and ensure that you're enrolled in the track, so that when we're learning, we know what comes next. I'll open a track that I did not enroll in. Let me see, Associate AI Engineer. Okay, so this is it. If you open the Data Engineering in SQL track and you are not enrolled, you should see Enroll in Track there. And please do well to enroll so that we are not confused as to what comes next after our weekly assignment. Just follow the courses, and if there is any other need, if there is need for additional courses, you'll be assigned the additional courses on DataCamp. I hope we've gotten all that clear. Marvelous, please.
All right. Thank you so much for the clarification. Well, my question boils down to the assignments you showed us. Is the assignment automatically present because of the track we joined? Because I can't find I'm currently navigating through the data camp interface. I couldn't find any assignments, so that's why I'm a bit concerned. So I would like you to clarify that more.
What track are you on DataCamp?
I can't even. I don't know. I think I'm not sure about the track. I just picked data. I'm interested in data engineering, right? But I really didn't bother to check if I'm on any track on data camp.
Did you get any assignments for Data Engineering track on your email?
Ma,
Did you get the assignment for Data Engineering track in your email?
I did.
That
I
would
don't
be
think
last
so. I
week.
don't think so. Maybe I'm
You
going to
didn't.
check. I
Okay.
didn't get any assignments. I just got the link for this particular meeting. So I joined.
Okay. So I think you can see the chat, the form in the chat. Please fill that complaint form and it should be addressed or sorted out as soon as possible. All right, thank
Hello,
you.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, I said I didn't get the link for the assignment, so I only got the link for this meeting, and that's why I joined. And I'm very interested in data engineering, so I
Okay, so like I said, check this message, check the message on this call. There is a link where you get to fill your complaints. There's a link to our complaints form. Fill it there and just explain that you're not on the track, and everything will be sorted out.
all right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, so since there is no other hand raised, we can continue. Now, after enrolling in the track, let's just have a brief review of the assignments we had for last week. Someone asked a question. Let me see that question. Yes. Please enroll on the Associate Data Engineering in SQL track. Yes, that's the track you need to enroll on. Then let's move to the assignments that we had for last week, which is to complete 2 courses, Understanding Data Engineering and an Introduction to SQL. So first of all, you ask yourself, what is data engineering? Simply put, data engineering is the designing and building of infrastructure for the movement and transformation of data. That is basically what data engineering is all about. How to design and build systems that will enable movement of data from one place, from one source to another. Data engineering is actually the bedrock of data ecosystem, because if you look at other data fields, they cannot function optimally if the data engineer is not up to par in his or her responsibilities. For example, as a data engineer, you say you mistakenly created a faulty data pipeline such that your data is faulty and incorrect. Every other person who uses that data, that's whatsoever insights or analytics the person gets from that data will be faulty, because the pipeline, your data pipeline is faulty, because the source of your data is faulty. So whatsoever it is you're using that data to do will be faulty. And that tells us the importance of a data engineer in an association or in an organization. The basic role of a data engineer is to ensure that the data is clean, is reliable, and is accessible to the right people. And these are the things that makes the data in an organization to be correct. This gives credence and credibility to our data. So as a data engineer, it is on you to provide clean, reliable, and accessible data to the right people in an organization. And in designing your data pipeline, you also have to bear in mind the data requirements of an organization before doing that. Now, some common tools and technologies used by a data engineer are basically is SQL and Python. That is the basic language. And that's why our focus this 6 months will be on SQL and Python, because there is no way you leave the basics and go to other technologies without understanding the basics. SQL and Python, it's like the main basic, is the traditional tool used by data engineers. And that's why we are going to concentrate on these two tools going forward. Also, a data engineer needs to automate and schedule workflow. What do I mean by that? After creating your data pipeline, using Python or SQL, you have to automate the process. Automating the process means that you do not have to go and run it every day. Rather, using Apache Airflow, you get to automate the pipeline such that you are not there to run it on a daily basis. If you need your data to run on a daily basis, you can schedule it using a tool called Apache Airflow. And this is one of the tools that we're also going to look at during this process. Then for storage, you have databases, data warehouse, data lakes. These are the storage systems used by data engineers to store data. Then if you come to the components of data engineering, components of data engineering simply entails the various stages in a data engineering workflow that works together to build an efficient data infrastructure. Now, these different stages are, some of them are the data ingestion stage. Data ingestion is simply collecting data from source, from one place, from the source to another place. Then we have the data transformation stage. In this stage, you're transforming or processing the raw data that you have extracted to a better, cleaner, and a usable format. Now, it is in this format that the data analysts and the data scientists can work with. So next, you also have data storage as one of the components of data engineering. And this simply means designing the appropriate data storage means according to the needs of the organization you're working with. It could be just designing the appropriate database, could be designing the data warehouse, or designing a data lake, depending on the needs of the organization. Then we have data pipelines. Data pipelines is simply moving data from source to destination. Moving data from source, which is the data ingestion stage, up to the destination, which is the data storage space. And I mentioned before, workflow automation is automating data pipelines using Airflow. Then we'll also talk about data scalability. This big grammar is simply to ensure that your data infrastructure, the data pipelines you're creating, it can handle increasing data volumes. It is not to handle just a few megabytes or gigabytes of data. As your data is increasing, your infrastructure or your data pipeline can handle the increase without breaking. So we also talk about parallel computing, cloud computing, big data, traditional data, and all others. Then if we come to data pipeline, I've been saying data pipeline since. What exactly is data pipeline? Data pipeline is moving of data from one system to another. All this I'm saying is just a recap of the assignments that we did last week. And I want to believe that this is actually not new. I'm just refreshing our memories so that we do not forget as we are heading into our other assignments for next week. So now on data pipelines, like I said, is the movement of data from one place to another. And data pipelines can either be through the ETL or ELT. Between the ELT and ETL format, the most popular is actually the ETL, which is extract, transform, and load. And the ELT is the extract, load, and transform. Both systems are the same thing. The only difference is in the ETL, the transformation comes before loading the data in the data warehouse or the database. Whereas in ELT, you load the data first before transformation. That's just the basic difference between both of them. That's the basic difference between both of them. Then if we talk of parallel computing as one of the components of data engineering, parallel computing, I'm going to use a simple analogy here. If, for example, we have 100 bricks and we want to move these bricks from point A to point B, if we assign one person to move these bricks from one point to the other, it will take the person far longer time to complete than it will take 10 or 20 persons. Now, what this means is if we assign 20 persons the same job we gave to one person, the 20 persons will complete it faster than the one person than when one person is assigned that same job. So this is basically what parallel computing is. Parallel computing is breaking down a big task into smaller independent tasks that are executed at the same time using multiple systems. So one huge task is broken down into smaller tasks and assigned to multiple systems, and they are all executed at the same time. The key thing here is one, speed. It is faster. And when it is faster and faster than when leaving it for just one computer system to execute that task. And one of the tools that are used for parallel computing is Apache Spark. That is one tool that is used for parallel computing. And parallel computing is used mainly for large data sets. It could be 1 terabyte of data and the rest. So parallel computing is used basically for large data sets. Then we come to cloud computing. Cloud computing is using services over the cloud. This shouldn't be something new to us, I believe, because I believe we all have Android phones. I'm working on that assumption that we all have either Android or iPhones, but we're all using smartphones. The cloud computing here is this. In your iPhone, you're saving your images, your videos, your pictures, you're saving everything on the iCloud. If you're using an Android phone, you're saving your images in your Google Drive. Now, if you mistakenly lose your phone, you do not lose your information, because when you replace your phone, you only need to log into your Google account or your iCloud account with the correct credentials, and everything saved there. You will see them on your new device. That's what cloud computing is all about. Storage, not on the physical hardware, but over the internet. Making use of computing services, not on the computer itself, but over the internet. And one advantage of this is the information is highly accessible and it is scalable. Because if, for example, a Take, for example, two organizations. One is saving their information on premise, and another saving their information over the cloud. If let's say a fire breakout happens in both organizations, the ones saving their information over the cloud will not be that impacted. They won't feel that much impact as those who saved their information on premise, because the ones who saved over the cloud only have to replace their hardware, log in with the correct credentials, and they have access to their information. But the ones who saved on on premise, they will lose both their hardware and the possibility of losing their information and every other thing concerning the information to that fire. So that is what cloud computing is all about. And this cloud computing, parallel computing, most of them, they came about as a result of big data. Now, what is big data? Let's take, for instance, every second, we are always on social media. We're always tweeting. We're always sending messages on Facebook. Every second, you're not the only person. There are millions of persons on the same network, millions of persons on the same social media network. And every second, we're always sending out information. That information we're sending out is actually data. And that data is collected by the social media platform that you are on at that minute. Now think about all other persons worldwide, and the number of persons using that service or that social media at that moment. You will see that the number of data being generated on a daily or hourly basis is too much. It's very, very huge. Now look at YouTube, for example. For example, for YouTube, every minute we have 500 hours of videos uploaded on YouTube every minute. Now, if we multiply that figure by 60, we're talking of 30,000 hours of video uploaded hourly. And we know how big or how huge some YouTube videos are. If you look at Facebook generates 4 million gigabytes of data on a daily basis. How about considering the ones we generate worldwide? It is reported that worldwide, this 2025, we generate 403 million terabytes of data on a daily basis. And this figure is equivalent to 403 trillion gigabytes of data. If we generate these things on a daily basis, where is it being stored? It can't be stored on a physical hardware in a system. Of course, that's where cloud computing comes in. And that is the beauty of cloud computing and big data. Now, does all of this mean that traditional data processing is dead? Of course not, it's not dead. However, when we are designing data infrastructures like this, you need to consider the kind of data that is used in your organization, the kind of organization you work in, first of all, and to ensure that any any infrastructure that you build would be scalable, such that no matter the amount of data, you generate on a daily basis, your system does not break. Your pipeline does not break. It runs and it runs smoothly. Your pipeline runs and it runs smoothly. Then we're talking of traditional data processing. What exactly is traditional data processing? Traditional data processing is just the way we used to process data before the advent of big data. And that is when what was in vogue then was using relational databases, using structured data, and relying on relational database and SQL to run our commands. Also, using traditional data processing system, they make use of batch processing. Batch processing is simply processing your data in batches. It could be hourly, that's sending your data from one point to the other in an hourly basis, or it could be at the end of the day, maybe a certain time during the day, your data is moved from one location to the other. That is batch processing. But the opposite of batch processing is real-time processing. And real-time processing is moving data as the way the data is coming, you're moving it straight to the pipeline. Once the data is coming in, it's going straight to the storage. That's real-time processing. But for batch processing, the data does not go straight to storage. Rather, after ingestion, at the end of 1 hour, the data in that at the system after ingestion is now moved to the storage system. So that's basically the difference between real processing and batch processing, and also traditional data processing and big data. These are some of the concepts that we should always have at the back of our minds as data engineers. Whenever you're trying to create a pipeline, whenever you're trying to build or design any system, you need to put most of these concepts at the back of your mind. Know the requirements of the organization, the basic requirements. How often do they need this data? Is it something that basic batch processing will work for, or is it a company like Twitter that most of the analytics, they need it real time? These are the things that you have to consider as a data engineer before building your pipelines or your infrastructure, so that these pipelines do not break while in production due to the amount of data being passed through. Then we'll talk of data storage. For data storage, we have either a database, data warehouse, or a data lake. A database is just a regular relational database, which has just rows and columns. It takes only structured data for databases. Data warehouses also take only structured data. However, a data lake takes structured and unstructured data. Now, what is structured data? Structured data is data that is in rows and columns. That's the easiest definition of that. Data that we have in rows and columns. For example, a CSV file is a structured data. An Excel spreadsheet is a structured data. A data frame is a structured data. Unstructured data, however, could be in form of images, because an image, you cannot put an image as a row or a column. An image is an image. A voice notes, these are unstructured data because they cannot fit in simply into rows and columns. What else? Videos, body of email messages, customer complaints, a huge string of texts. These are all unstructured data. So a database houses structured data, and whereas a data lake can house both structured and unstructured data. So also depending on the needs of your business, depending on the business needs of an organization, you would know the relevant data storage method that you will apply in that organization. And talking about relational databases, as a database, talking of relational databases are database systems like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MS SQL, and the rest of them. These are the popular relational database systems that we have. And for us to interact with these systems, we use a language called SQL or SQL, Structured Query Language. And that brings us to our introduction to SQL. What is SQL? It is simply a language used for interacting with relational databases. And information that is in a relational database, using SQL language, you can query the database to give you results, to give you information based on what is on that database. Now, why is it important for us as data engineers to use SQL? I know some persons might be wondering, if you go to data analysis, it's SQL. If you go to data science, the same thing. Now we're coming to data engineering, the same SQL. And I'm telling you that SQL is one of the most important languages that is actually needed by a data engineer. Most of these SQL commands we have, most of them are either DDL, that's data definition language commands. We have DCL, data control language, DML, data manipulation, DQL, and TCL commands. Yes, 5 of them. Now, most of SQL commands fall into these categories, these 5 categories that I just mentioned. And of these 5 categories, the data analysts and the data scientists, they used mainly the data definition language, data query language, and the data manipulation language forms. These are the main commands that the data analysts and the data scientists use. However, as a data engineer, you use these 5 forms of SQL commands. You use both the DCL, the DDL, DQL, TCL, DML. You use these 5. And that is why it is very important as a data engineer to learn and to understand the basics, not just the basic SQL commands, but both up to intermediate and advanced level, and understand what SQL is all about. Data Camp can give you an introduction to most of these commands. However, the onus now lies on you to go further, deep dive into these commands and really understand where and when they are used. And not just that, also understand the way the way these commands run, because there is an order of execution for SQL commands. If you write a very simple query, for example, say select one row from a table, the commands do not generally follow as they are like that. There is an order for SQL execution of commands. So it is on us to, after studying on Data Camp, you go back, the commands that you do not understand. Of course, I'm always available most times on the Discord channel, and every other person. If you have any issue with any of the commands, I'll send a message and we'll explain to the best of our capability. Not just that, do your own follow-up classes. Continue with the studies so that you'll get to understand how, when, and where to use these SQL commands. Then some basic SQL commands are, of course, select command that is used to select columns. We have the from command, which is used to tell us the table we are going to get our query result from. Then we have where gives us a condition that must be met before our query is returned. Then we have order by. Order by tells us how are we going to return our results. The result of the query we have sent to a database, how is it going to be ordered? Is it going to be ordered using a particular column, in ascending order or in descending order? That is what the order by does. It tells us to return our results either in ascending or descending order, concentrating on one particular column. Then we also have limits, which gives us the number of rows to limit. Now, depending on the type of SQL you're using, we have different flavors of SQL. PostgreSQL, I think, uses this limits to return a particular number of rows. MS SQL, I think they use stop. Yes, MS SQL uses stop to return like five rows, first 5 rows from a query. MS SQL uses top 5. Yes, whereas for PostgreSQL and other SQL flavors, they make use of limits. So depending on the flavor of SQL you're using, the flavor of SQL simply is the SQL language. It could be PostgreSQL, like I mentioned, could be MS SQL, could be Oracle. What's Oracle's SQL called? Oh, I can't remember that. But there are different flavors of SQL. So these keywords, they are mainly the same thing across all flavors with just slight differences. And also, next, I think this will be handled next week, where you get to dive into intermediate queries in SQL. You look at aggregations and grouping using SQL, and also joins in SQL. So that's like a recap of what we did and our assignments for this week. I want to believe that everybody here, okay, except Nchedo, I think, that said she hasn't completed. Every other person has completed our assignments. So this is just a recap of our assignments for this week, which is to complete the 2 courses, Understanding Data Engineering and an Introduction to SQL. So if there is any question whatsoever you have concerning these 2 topics, please ask and let's move ahead. No question. Okay. So since there is no question, I want to believe that the courses were very, very clear, very easy, and we have no issue whatsoever on these 2 courses that was completed. All right. Oh, I'm seeing a thumbs up. So we're all on the same page. That's fine. Oh, thank you. So everybody is good. If you don't have question, I have my own question. Okay, thank you. So I have a question, and my question is this. Let me I'm going to ask this question in the group. So, and I want us to respond. Just give your answer. Give your answer in the group message here. Oh, okay. Let me ask it out rather than typing so I do not waste time. So now I just want to know, let me see, to ensure that we understood these two courses. What is the primary benefit of parallel computing? So what is the primary benefit of parallel computing? Okay, handle large data sets, large data, separation of tasks, fast speed. Okay. Speed. Looks like speed is winning it here. Who else is answering? The primary benefits of parallel computing: to distribute data to computing entities, memory, faster processing through simultaneous execution of tasks. Nice. Optimized processing. Okay, so more processing power. Okay, so basically we're talking of processing and speed up data processing. Yes, and that's very correct. The primary benefit of parallel computing is actually processing speed. It increases processing speed by running our tasks or data concurrently. By running data at the same time simultaneously, it increases processing speed. So we are all correct. We are all correct in our response. That shows that this course is very, very easy and interesting. Okay, so I still have another question. Since no one is asking me questions, I think I'll have to do the asking of questions here. So I need examples of unstructured data. Someone give me examples of unstructured data. Audio, video, image, videos. All right, correct. CCTV, yes, that's video. Image. Text. Text could be either a string or a combination of strings. That could be sentences. Network signals, email, string of text. That's what I was expecting. Not just text. A string of text, like the body of an email or a customer complaint, those can be categorized as unstructured data. Okay, so thank you. That shows that most of us are following. Images, stream of text, videos, audios. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to ask a third and the last question. Now, what is the use of a data pipeline? What do we use a data pipeline to do? To transfer data from source to a data lake. That is correct. That is correct. Movement of data from a source to storage. And the storage could be either a data lake, a database, a data warehouse, depending on the organization, to channel ingested data to their respective database or data. Thank you, Ibrahim. That's very correct. And a data pipeline is used to automate the movement, transformation, and processing. Aha, Professor Tony, thank you. That's really the definition from a good professor. Thank you. To transfer from sources to destination. Ayoluwa Jesuni. Thank you. That's correct. So our responses are correct, and I love that we are very in. Yeah, thank you very much. I love that our responses are correct, and we were very attentive at the class. And not just that, we had so many takeaways from the courses and the assignments. So since you do not have any question for me, we'll be moving on to our assignments for next week. Ibrahim. Okay, Ibrahim's hand is raised. Please
Yeah,
unmute yourself.
the question is not on the topic. Is I should have asked on the beginning, but it didn't occur to me. I don't know
Okay.
if I should ask now or pen it to the end of the class.
Sorry?
I don't know if I should ask it now or pen it to the end of the class. I
No,
thought that
you
was the
can
end.
ask because we're about talking about assignments for next week. So
Oh,
please go
okay.
ahead and ask your question.
Okay, regarding the number of certifications you say we are going to take, you said the associate data engineer and SQL and the Python. So it seems the scholarship has covered for the certification. So can we also explore other courses? Probably because I take data camp, you see the professional data engineering for Python, and it also has certification also. If perhaps one moves very ahead, can one take those ones too and probably apply for the certification? Like, does the scholarship cater for those ones too, or just the ones you've mentioned?
Okay, now the scholarship covers everything on data camp. Now we are moving like this. Our sessions will not prolong till 6 months. We're looking at ending this on or before the 5 months, the end of 5 months. Either we end 5 months or before that, so that any other person who is interested as a learner, if you're interested in exploring other courses and other tracks on data camp, you have extra 1 month. You have 1 month extra to explore the courses you're interested in. So it's not just for data engineering. If you can get as many as 4 certificates, that's wonderful. So it's not just for data engineering. You can actually get for other tracks. I hope that's clear.
Yes, very clear. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So I want to drop the attendance. I almost forgot, seriously. I want to drop the attendance, the link to our attendance. So once I drop this link, please make sure you fill the form and submit, because at a certain time the form will be closed and you will not have any means of submitting it. So I'm searching here for the form now, and let me get it. So I'll send the link right away. Okay. Okay, I've gotten it. Okay, so I've sent the link to the attendance. Please, if you're on this call, kindly fill the form. Do it immediately. Please do this immediately. So you do not get locked out. I hope we are feeling the attendance now. Okay, so moving on, while that is going on, we're talking of we're going to talk about our attendance assignments for next week. And next week we're going to look at 2 courses and 1 data camp project. And the courses are intermediate SQL 1, joining data in SQL, and then we'll do the first project on that track, which is analyzing students' mental health. By Saturday next week, these are the courses we're going to look into and we're going to discuss. So at the end of this call, I'll send the assignments immediately after this call so that you can start working. For those who haven't started, you start immediately. And also, I want to appreciate those that have already completed the intermediate in SQL course. That's very, very laudable, and it's something that I always encourage. Endeavor, okay, the link. Endeavor to complete your courses on time. And since you are enrolled, you do not have any issue whatsoever in determining the next course that you will take after our assignments. So once you finish, immediately you go on the next course. So by the next week, like next week, when it's assigned, it will already show completed, and you can move far ahead of the class. So next week, I'll be giving our assignments, and if there's any issue whatsoever you face on any of the SQL commands or joining data in SQL, please don't hesitate to send a message on our Discord channel and you'll get your answers. We are here, we're learning together. It's something we're going to do together for the next 6 months. So do not hesitate. If you have any issue whatsoever, please just put it on the Discord channel and it will be treated. And also, I saw something on our channel, which I want to. Joshua, I'm coming, please. I've seen your hands raised. Hold on, please. Something on the channel. Someone requested for a study buddy and nobody responded. Someone requested for a study partner. Okay, sorry.
Yes, please, that was me.
Aha, and nobody responded. I don't know. Are we comfortable learning alone? There is this African proverb that says, if you are to go far, how is it said? To go far, no, to go fast, you go alone. But to go far, you go together. It's always encouraged that we collaborate in programs like this. Because when you're working, okay, thank you, Michael. I was about typing that name. Thank you. The TA's name is Ogochukwu Agina. Please, thank you, Godwin Michael. So please, this to encourage us to, as if we can, to collaborate with each other, because in collaborating we go further. Not necessarily faster, but we go further. We go further than we would have done if we do it alone. So please, when someone requests for your accountability partner, always ensure that you join them. Working in groups is better than working alone. So if there is no other thing, okay, Joshua, you raised your hand up initially. Please, what were you about to say?
No, I was about asking your phone name, so I don't spell it wrongly, but it's already in the chat. So
All right, thank you. So if that's all, that will be all we have for today. If we have no other question, that's all we have for today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For the attendance,
Yeah,
I sent
sorry.
a
Good
form.
evening.
I sent a link to a form in the chat. Please, I'll
Please, can
resend
you
it now.
resend it? Okay, thank you very much.
I have sent it. Please make sure you fill it before going out. Please. Kayode, are you the one that's asked the question or you have a question?
Good evening, Tito.
Okay, good evening, Kayode.
Yeah, thank you very much for the time you've taken out to take us through this process. Actually, this is my first time on the call, so I want to know how I can get attached to the group so that I'll be followed along.
Have you joined the Discord channel?
No, that's why I'm asking you how to go about it here.
Okay, if we are here at the beginning of the call, I think there is a link to a complaint form. Let me search. Did you see it?
Did I?
A link to a complaint form.
Okay.
And I think the group, I think joining Discord was also sent to our email addresses.
Yeah.
Follow that link and join us on Discord, because that's our primary means of communication here.
Okay, thank you very much.
During the week, aside this session, during the week, that's our main means of communication. So please do well to join that channel.
Okay, thanks, I appreciate.
You're welcome. Is someone still requesting for attendance link? Okay, I'm sending it again. All right. Thank you very much. I think that would be that's the end of this class. If you write your attendance, then we can leave. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
And you too.
Thank you very much.